What is up, POW fam? And my name is Paul Baradas, aka Paul POW, and welcome to round number 3 of Norway Chess. So we are here. We're at the second part out of 5 of the Norway Chess that is held in Oslo, Norway, if I'm correct. And now we're taking a look between the game of Rameshbabu Praggnanandhaa, the 2026 FIDE Candidates player. Well, I could say about that. I forgot where did he qualified as in the FIDE candidates in 2026 against the world number 1 Magnus Carlsen. So we're gonna find out about this game for round number 3. So hope you're ready for it. So Praggnanandhaa playing white. He begins with pawn to e4, and then Magnus goes with a Sicilian knight f3, d6, and traditionally you go for d4, c6, knight takes, and then knight f6, knight c3, a6, h4, and h6, and then bishop goes to c4, e6, a3, knight goes to c6, bishop e3, bishop to d7, and then bishop to a2, bishop e7, queen goes to e2. Alright, so as you can see, this thing is really ready to go for this castle either way. So let's find out where did he castled. But Magnus goes with pawn to h5, f3. So probably castling here is a bad idea because of this exposure right over here. I could say about that. And then knight e5, and then Praggnanandhaa, queenside castle. So eventually with this queenside castle, you will go with king b1 later on. But we'll find out if that is true. So rook c8, bishop goes to g5, and then rook takes b takes. Whoa. Whoa. Magnus sacrificed the rook. So with rook takes c3, he gave away the pawn. He gave away the rook, which is crazy. Like, rook takes and b takes, and then queen goes to a5. So this is now a bit disastrous or disaster about this thing right over here. So if not applied, or I don't know what to say, but like if not going to be well or something, it's going to be dangerous for Praggnanandhaa. So I could have gone for king goes to b2, and then pretty much it's pretty much a bad idea because I want to protect this. I want to protect this 2 pawns right over there, a3 and c3. But however, the game goes on with king goes to b1, and then after that king goes to b1, captures the pawn on a3. So that's a pawn gone, and then f4, ignoring this pawn on c3, which means like why cannot he go for queen e3 instead? Maybe it's a bad idea because this bishop cannot be moved because trying to go for here bishop and then go somewhere else for the queen. Pretty much. So right now, after pawn to f4, he didn't take this one. Let's see why. Okay, so, pretty much it's f takes e5. So f4 goes first. It's like an in-between move. I forgot the name of it, but like it forces this knight on e5 to move. So Magnus goes with knight eg4, and then pawn goes to e5, d takes, f takes, and knight has to move. Queen goes to d2, knight f8. Okay, well the tension is pretty much tension right over here. So if he takes this and then takes this back, but that's also a double pawn for Praggnanandhaa. Didn't think about it. So knight goes to f8, knight f3, queen goes to c5, bishop takes, queen takes, knight g5, knight g6, knight to e4, and then knight 6 takes e5, knight check, king f8, rook hf1, knight goes to f6, and then queen to d4, knight eg4, knight takes, bishop b5, queen to d8. Okay, so because he cannot go on here because of check. So queen to d8, and then knight goes to e8. Interesting that didn't do like queen takes and then rook takes, and then I'd say this is a bad idea. King to e7, and then rook takes h8. Was it? Because everything is, it says this one is a bad move for according to the engine. You have to move this one and give away this queen. So I think queen exchange is a bad idea. Was it? Yeah, it says it's also green. So queen takes d8, and then rook takes d8, and then probably it's really a bad idea. So instead, Magnus goes with knight to e8, and then king takes c4, bishop a4, rook to d8, bishop c6, rook goes to b8, bishop takes it, rook g1, bishop f3, rook g3, knight e5, pawn c5 and pawn g5, knight d6, g4. So this knight is pinned because if he takes this, it's gonna be a goodbye for the rook. So instead, g4, and then knight goes to c8, knight check, king f6, knight goes back here, and then was he... I don't know about this, but was Magnus tempted to give away the rook? Because Magnus went to go with knight takes d6, and then Praggnanandhaa goes with rook takes h8. So why is this a bad move? It wasn't. Because I don't understand why, but is Magnus trying to make it a bit equal? Okay, now it stopped responding. Like rook takes h8? Isn't Magnus were like ignoring it or something? Okay, knight e4, rook g1. So we have a dilemma right over here. Magnus had like 3 minor pieces, but Praggnanandhaa had 1 bishop and 2 rooks. So that's like 9/12. Yeah, I don't understand. Why did... Hold on. I don't understand why Magnus take that knight on d6. I'm just kind of confused about that. Okay, knight takes d6, so let's see. Rook g1, knight c3, king b2, knight e2. Rook goes to f1, g3, c6, king g7, c7, bishop e7, rook b8, g2, and... yeah. There you go. Magnus Carlsen resigned to this position, and Praggnanandhaa wins because probably it's a pass pawn, and then I could say that if he cannot go on here because he's going to be taken. So like maybe if he goes rook for here, then it's a bad idea to queen. And if I would like take... no. Yeah, it would rook e1. Rook e1 is a good move, and then there you go. Praggnanandhaa resigns. I mean, no. Praggnanandhaa wins this game against Magnus Carlsen because I think it's on a pawn race or something, and especially you can see that there's 2 rooks and 1 bishop versus 2 knights and 1 bishop. So it's kind of like a bit obvious or something. But like there's also 3 pawns for Magnus. I know, for Praggnanandhaa, and 2 pawns for Magnus. So I don't know what's happening, but pretty much. Alright, so that's gonna be it for round number 3 of Norway Chess here at Pawn POW, a chess series of Paul POW. Thank you so much for watching, POW fam, and don't forget to subscribe on my main channel, Paul POW, and do follow us on Facebook, Paul POW, and for more fun in the galaxy, go check us out on Twitch, X, TikTok, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, and on my vlog channel, POW Vlogs. But that's it for me. This has been Paul POW saying so long here to Galaxy.